I've had the Oura Ring 3 for nearly 4 years now, and these are my honest thoughts. I get asked about it a lot on my Instagram. I'll leave that link below. I'm going to go through the ring bit by bit, starting with design. I got the Oura Ring Generation 3 Heritage Edition. So it has a little horizontal edge on the top of the ring. That's your way of knowing what way up the ring should be on your finger. I find it very minimal. I find it very slick. I got the stealth black version. Generally, I'm a big fan. Is it bigger than a normal ring? Yes, and you may notice that. But honestly, there's not a second that goes by in the day where I wish the ring was any different. So design, big tick. In terms of software, I am equally a big fan because what they do with the aesthetic of the ring, they continue that with the design of the app. And this is coming from somebody who has tried the Ultrahuman ring, and I found that experience just too overwhelming. There was too much data, there was too much color. The Oura Ring has a really simple, minimalistic approach to data. It gives you 3 categories: readiness, sleep, and activity. Now, being brutally honest, I don't use activity because I know my body very well. Fitness is a big part of my life. It doesn't really change the way I operate in terms of the activity metric. But that said, if I do something very extreme, like maybe a marathon or some really intense physical endeavor, sometimes it's worth looking at that section. But generally, I don't. Sleep has changed my life, and I say that with the utmost confidence because certainly since going self-employed and certainly being somebody who is big on his fitness, stress management can often be quite challenging. And since getting the ring, I wake up every single morning and the first thing I do is I check the app. And that really sets me up for the day. My decision making snowballs from the scores that I get in the morning. So sleep wise, it tells you everything: quantity, quality, the different stages, your breathing rate, your blood oxygen if you want to. And then based on your activity and sleep, it then accumulates and formulates a readiness score. And generally speaking, you certainly want to be over 80, but obviously 90 would be a lovely place to be. I've never got 100. I don't even honestly know if it's even possible. If someone from Oura is watching this, please let me know because that would be one of my life goals right there. Software wise though, I am a big fan, and if you're confused about anything on the app, you can literally click whatever it is you're confused about. So let's say heart rate variability, and it gives you a description as to what it is and how you can proactively improve it and what it means if it's not looking so good. Going on to the pricing, and I say this, I looked at the pricing, okay, about 30 minutes ago. Literally 30 minutes ago before this video. And I cannot believe how cheap the Oura Ring now is. I thought it was way more expensive. So in terms of the Oura Ring, you have 2 different rings. You have the Oura Ring 4 and you have the Oura Ring Generation 3 Heritage and what's the other one? What is the other one? I think it's Horizon. Yeah, Horizon. The only difference is that Horizon is completely circular. Honestly, I don't think it's worth your time or money, although I'm pretty sure it's the same price. It's the same price. So take your pick. Do you want a horizontal edge or do you just want it completely circular? Now, the Oura Ring 4 is $399 to I think $549. I get that you want the newest and the shiniest. I don't know how much more accurate the ring is. The website will claim this and it will claim that. But is it going to dramatically change the way that you actually use the ring? I am not convinced. In terms of battery life, is it going to be significantly different? I don't think it will be. But again, that's just my opinion. But the Oura Ring 4 is meant to be more accurate. It doesn't have the little bumps inside the ring. So for those who find the little bumps inside a little bit uncomfortable, although if you're probably watching this, you've never had an Oura Ring generally, that isn't enough reason to get the Oura Ring 4, put it that way. The only reason I would get the Oura Ring 4 is, of course, maybe slightly more advanced data, but more so just because it's new. Honestly, at this price, I would 100% get the Oura Ring 3. Horizon or Heritage, take your pick. Incredible value. Keep in mind, I bought mine for nearly £400, excluding import tax 4 years ago. So goodness grief, you're getting a bargain. Okay, cons. I'm going to compare this comparative to the Whoop. You can't wear it whilst you're weight training. But the workaround is that if you have a smartwatch, you track your gym work with the smartwatch, that integrates into Apple Health or Google Health, that data gets pulled into Oura Ring. So you're not missing out on anything, you're just not natively tracking it on the ring itself. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Monthly subscription is $5.99 a month. I wouldn't bother getting the Oura Ring if you don't get the monthly subscription. Oura know that, that's why they do it. But to get 3 scores but with no context is utterly pointless. Context is everything. It's great that an app can tell you that your sleep isn't very good, but if you don't know why, what's the point? So don't bother getting the Ring if you think you can get around not getting the subscription. Is the subscription worth it? That is in the eye of the beholder. For me, it has changed my life in terms of recovery, in terms of stress management, in terms of improving my sleep. So $5.99 a month, for me, totally worth it. Software can be a little bit sketchy at times. I'll give you 2 examples. This ring that I'm wearing now is the second ring. After about 2.5 years, there was a software update and my battery just tanked, disappeared, didn't last for more than 2 days. I have no idea what happened. I was traveling at the time, and so I couldn't replace it immediately. But I did contact Oura Ring, and within 48 hours, they said, look, it's not a problem. We've got the serial number. There does seem to be a bit of a fault. We're going to send you out a new one. Perfect. I had a damaged charger. They sent me out a new one. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen to you, but the customer service was phenomenal. So that's one thing. The second example is that I love to nap if I get the opportunity. There was a period of time where the Oura Ring wasn't detecting naps. And let me tell you, when you go for a nap and you wake up and you almost get points for going for a nap, it's the most rewarding feeling you may ever have. When I get up from a nap and I press confirm, and then in my scores boost, it's just the most satisfying feeling. There was a period of time though where it wasn't tracking it. They did a software update, everything's back to normal. Couple of extra bits to mention. I mentioned blood oxygen earlier. If you have it on your watch already, just turn it off on the Ring. You've got yourself another 2 days worth of battery. Very much worth it. There's no point duplicating on data. Yeah, final thoughts. At that price, again, I literally saw this news 30 minutes ago. For £199, I think you would be silly to not get the Oura Ring. If you're on this video, you're pretty much on the edge, aren't you? You're on the fence and you're about to buy it, but you just want that confirmation. Other reviews will be a bit more sitting on the fence, using that analogy again. But for me, get it. Get it. And if you don't like it, and if you're annoyed with the purchase and you're not happy, message me on Instagram and we'll have a conversation, because I don't see why you wouldn't enjoy it. Right, that's my review. Hope this helps. I'll see you in the next one.